Today I'd like to make you a chili. Now the reason why I want to do this is because it's something very comforting. And then just watch at the end so your thumb doesn't get caught. And then we're going to come right across. Now one thing that's very important is to have sharp knives. When you have a dull knife, that's when you're most likely to cut yourself. Now the funniest thing about peppers, and this is another misconception, is you'll notice that there's four little spots on the bottom. Now for a long time people had said that if there's 3 it's a male pepper, if there's 4 it's a female pepper, that the 4 is sweeter versus the 3 and vice versa, and as far as I know that's been disproven. So if you ever heard that basically all your peppers are the same, I don't believe there is a male or a female. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our pepper. Now I'm going to show you a very easy way to clean this without getting seeds all over your cutting board. So you're going to start here. I usually like to look for a flat spot, and you bring your blade right in and around, and you get rid of most of this. So you're going to have fairly minimal waste, especially the better you get at it, but you're also not going to make a mess. It makes cleaning everything much simpler. We're going to start by smashing it a little bit. You don't want to go too hard because what ends up happening is you actually start releasing the oils out of the garlic. And you'll notice that, especially because I'm going to smash a couple cloves, if I go too hard, you'll actually see the residual oils on the garlic, and you really want that in your food. There's no sense leaving that extra flavor behind. This is definitely my favorite part. Don't even know or want to know how much garlic I've peeled over my years, but I can tell you for sure it's been a lot. And blitz. And now we have minced garlic, and your hands don't stink. Well, they still stink a little bit from peeling it, but they won't smell as bad. Right after that, we're gonna add our meat. And you can hear that little sizzle. I don't want it too high, but I also don't want it too low. Just a reminder that mushrooms generally take quite a bit of oil, so don't be shy on it. It will absorb it. If you find yourself running low on it as it starts to dry out, you'll end up burning your onions. So feel free to add a little bit more. It's mostly just kind of a feel thing, but you'll kind of get the hang of it and start to understand what I'm saying here soon. So now, once we got that in, we're gonna kind of let that pot get back up to temperature. These ones that I have are pretty on the small side, so I'll add 2, and then we're gonna wanna bring this to a simmer and then drop our temperature down and just let this stew for about 20 to 30 minutes. We'll add our beef, a little bit of lemon zest. Now when you're zesting a lemon, you don't wanna go back and forth, you just wanna take it on this angle and rotate it. You go back and forth, you get that rind, it's incredibly bitter. So there we are, a little bit of lemon juice. Make sure we catch our seeds. There we are, just for flavor. This is what our final product looks like, and it's ready to serve. If you want it a bit thicker, you could always add a little bit more tomato paste, maybe give it a few more minutes, but I find it usually ends up pretty good. So we're just gonna give a nice hearty portion, because I didn't get this way by looking at food. I like to eat. And then I'd like to add some sour cream. As a garnish, you can always add a little bit of cheddar cheese as well. That never hurts. Some tortilla chips. Basically anything your heart desires. Some green onion. But for today, we're just gonna go with a nice little dollop of sour cream. That's one of my go-tos and my favorites. And a little sprig of parsley. On this episode of Cuisine in the Country, I made my version of home-style chili.